Hi from Salzburg, Austria. In this video, we are going to talk about where we're staying. Now, forgive me if I get the pronunciation incorrect, but I think it is Sauerweingut. Where we're actually staying, it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk from the major tourist area in what I would call beautiful Old Town Salzburg, and it is gorgeous. Welcome to Traveling with 904 Style. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I love fashion. We are going to take a tour of our one-bedroom apartment that we got while we're staying here in Salzburg. We chose this location for a couple of reasons. One, for us, we were a bit more price conscious this time because we actually got two apartments in here. One for my husband and I, and another apartment for our kids and our toddler grandson. So we wanted two separate apartments where we could each have our own space that was roomy. First, let's talk about the location. The apartments are located just outside of Old Town. Now there's a couple ways you can get into Old Town. You can ride the bus, or it's just a 15 to 20 minute walk along a fantastic path and through a pedestrian tunnel. You can easily follow Google Maps walking directions and find your way. We chose to walk every day as it's such a lovely and beautiful path. We passed a gorgeous grape vineyard and saw snow-capped mountains in the distance. The path is well marked, and as soon as you go through the pedestrian tunnel, you're in the heart of Old Town with all its fantastic attractions. Now, if you prefer to go by bus, there is a stop just down the street, less than a 5-minute walk. And if you purchased a Salzburg card, which I highly recommend, then all your public transportation is included. We took the bus one day when we were traveling out to the zoo and going up the cable car to the snow-capped mountains. It was convenient and easy. There's plenty of parking at Sauerweingut if you arrive in a rental car, and groceries are just a 5-minute walk down the road. Now, even though we had a car, we never needed it during our entire 5-day stay. Now, this is the entry coming up to the private suite 2. If you can't do stairs, you're going to have a little bit of a problem here. Now, this is the entryway to the apartment. It's wonderful because you have this nice rack here to hang up all of your outerwear and your jackets. You have this wonderful spot down here for all of your shoes. That way it's got a nice plastic tray that you're not dragging things in. We also have a full-length mirror right here for us ladies. And I actually was doing my makeup out here in the hallway every day because the lighting was slightly better than in the bathroom. Plus the bathroom is tight. Now, immediately to the left of the entry, you have the bathroom. It is very clean, but it's not super spacious inside, which is standard of European bathrooms. The one thing I will mention is when you are using the toilet, ladies, you've got enough room to use the toilet where your knees are not banging against anything. And believe me, I've been in a lot of European apartments where it is so tight that you do not have room even for your knees. Nice heated towel rack. The sink is a decent size. What I really like is the amount of storage. You have 2 drawers underneath the sink. It comes with a hairdryer here, but there's plenty of room to put all of your items here. Plus you have a nice sized medicine cabinet, and again, lots of shelving on both sides. So we had plenty of room to store all of our items. And then, of course, you have a standard sized shower. We had great hot water. Never ran out of hot water for both of us, and we took showers one right after the other. So right here we have the kitchen area, very serviceable. We cooked every morning breakfast. It's really great for doing your breakfast with eggs or whatever. Now I will say a couple things. Number one, there is no oven. Number 2, the cooking surface is a hot plate style and it is convection. We have a nice espresso machine, we have a toaster, and we have a kettle. There is no American style coffee machine in here. Then we have a nice sized refrigerator by European standards. It's not as large as an American refrigerator, but there is plenty of room in here with a freezer. Now, as far as having plenty of plates and forks and knives, well, the only thing that they were a little bit short on was some of the utensils, like the spoons in particular. They have like a teeny baby size spoon or a serving spoon size. They didn't have kind of that medium spoon size that we regularly use in the US. It didn't end up being much of a problem, but it's just one of those things. When you come to Europe, you're going to have to get used to some of the things that they do here a little differently in Europe. Now, the other thing I'll mention about the cooking is there is a fan above the cooking surface, and we cooked dinner last night in the apartment with our kids below us, and we filled up the whole kitchen with smoke, and it was user error. We did not know how to operate the fan correctly above the cook plate. You actually have to pull this piece out, then turn it on. If you don't pull this piece out, it will not turn on properly, even though it sounded like it turned on. So that was one thing that we discovered, of course, just as we're packing up to leave today. So the other thing that I want to mention about the kitchen is none of the kitchens come with microwaves. Now, you can request them to bring a microwave up to your apartment. We did that for this private suite number 2, but there really isn't enough counter space. So you might want to reconsider how desperately you need a microwave, because it became a little bit cumbersome for us. Okay, and then you have a nice little breakfast area here in this suite. It's for 2 people, it's great. We just push the table onto the end against the wall. But if you are actually trying to have 4 people at this table, it is going to be a bit tight and a bit snug. And then here is the living room area. It is very spacious, nice, large, sectional. And then we have a nice TV, this is actually a very comfortable chair over here. Now the couch was not bad at all. Everybody is very particular on the kind of couches. Some people like to sit upright. Some people like to slouch down more. Here in the private suite 2, I still had to put pillows behind my back to be comfortable, because it's a very deep sitting sofa, and I am very short. It's also one of these where you can put the back down or up, so that was kind of cool. And we had a lot of space over here to put our luggage. Now, that's one thing I do have to say about this apartment, was there was a lot of extra room here in the living room to store our luggage. And in most European apartments, space is at a premium, and you end up becoming cramped, and you just cannot store your luggage. So over here we have the primary bedroom in the private suite number 2. Very comfortable bed. We had a good night's sleep in here. The mattresses are kind of those Tempur-Pedic style. They don't move a lot. They're somewhere between firm and kind of a medium. Thing I will say, even though this is like a queen-sized bed, you will notice that it is actually two separate mattresses, but you are going to have a crack in the middle when you're traveling as a couple. And then you have a nice wardrobe here. It's a standard wardrobe by European sizes. Half of it is shelving, and the other half is hanging. So we also have this nice courtyard area here at the private entry to the suites. You can come down here in the evening, have a nice little drink. You could even do breakfast out here if you want. The entire time we have been here, which has been 5 days, we have never seen anyone here at the courtyard. There's also bikes available that you can utilize. I don't remember if you have to rent them or if they're free to use. We did not use them because it's a little hilly and I'm not used to biking hills. So this is the entry from the street. I mean, look at this room here in this entry hallway. You have plenty of room for all of your luggage and stroller or pram, whatever you want to call it. Over here on the left, if you want to turn that light on, you have the primary bedroom here. It is huge. Now, the one thing that I will say is these are the windows that my daughter was talking about right at the headboard that are against the road. So even with the windows closed, you can hear some of the road noise. Big wardrobe, almost double the size of the one that we had in our private suite 2. And then you've got a connecting, you do have a door, but it connects into another bedroom, which is where your kids can be. And actually, this is where our 3-year-old grandson was. A little bit tight on each side, but it's perfect for kids. And then over here, you have the same size wardrobe that we had up in the private suite 2. And come back here, here we are, we're back at the entry hall. That's the door that goes out to the front, that's at the street. You also have a door on this side that is more private, goes out to the back hall, and you can go straight up the stairs to our private suite number 2. And our toddler grandson loved waking us up every morning, runs upstairs and comes and gets us. Now look at this room. There is so much room in here. Look at this. This is a big living room, dining room combination. Nice and bright. You can sit here and eat. Now this sofa, again, it's one of those deep sofas. It doesn't sit upright. It's more kind of like a lay-back sofa, and everybody has their own personal preference. You can see the cars driving by. So that tells you how close you are to the road. We have the windows closed. Not sure if you can hear the road noise on the video. But this is what you would hear with the windows closed while you're trying to sleep at night. Then back on this side, we have the kitchen. Small, but functional. Again, no microwave, no oven. It has the typical. Now, this one didn't, now the microwave did not come with it. They brought it down for them to use. You can request a microwave. You have the bathroom. This is the full bathroom with the shower, sink, again with the pull-out drawers, lots of room to store everything. And then you have another small bathroom here. All right, we just have one portable air conditioner unit that you can use if you need to. In this office suite deluxe, we never used it the entire time that we were here. Now I am actually talking to you from the living room of our apartment. We are in private suite 2, and you can hear how quiet it is with the windows closed. But when you open the windows, all right, so now what I've done is I've actually opened up all of the windows here. The 2 windows, I've got a cross breeze going in the living room, and I also have a window open in the breakfast room. And it is about 4:30 in the afternoon, and this is the level of road noise that you hear during the day at the Sauerweingut apartments when you have the windows open. It didn't bother us in the least. But if your expectation is for complete privacy and quiet, then this might not be the place that you want to stay. But it was perfect for us. The other thing I want to note is our 3-year-old grandson. You know, as a typical 3-year-old, he would throw a temper tantrum. And they are right below us. And there was one day that my daughter said he threw a temper tantrum for about an hour. He couldn't get calmed down. We didn't hear him at all. It was fantastic. So when everything is closed up, this place is pretty good to go. Windows open, you're going to hear some road noise. And we are here in the end of May, May 17 through around May 22, I believe. So at the end of May, the weather is very nice. We've had the temperatures in the mid 70s during the day, and it drops down into about the mid to upper 50s at night. So we can sleep comfortably with the windows closed. I don't know what the summers are like here. So if you feel like you have to have the windows open in the summertime, in the heat of summer, and I don't know what those temperatures are, you might not get the best night's sleep because you are going to hear some road noise. In the private suite 2, which is where we are, our windows from our bedroom overlook kind of a private courtyard area, and we don't get the direct road noise. Our kids are in the 2-bedroom, 2-bath suite deluxe, which is on the first floor, and their primary bedroom, the windows open directly onto the road. So even with the windows closed for them, they do get some of the road noise. So would I stay here again? So if we were doing another trip like we did with this one with our kids and our grandson, yes, this was absolutely perfect. They even had toys. They knew a 3-year-old was coming, and they had their apartment set up with all kinds of toys and books and different things. So he was excited from the moment he got here. Now, typically my husband and I, when we travel alone, we go for something closer into the main action, but yet quiet, and something a bit more on the luxurious side. So if it's he and I traveling alone, no, we'll probably stay closer into Salzburg with something that met those criteria. But for a family, and when you're looking for bringing several different parts of a family together, this place is great. It has a private suite 1, a private suite 2, which are both 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. They have the suite deluxe, which is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, but it's 2 European bathrooms, which means 2 toilets, 1 shower. 2 toilets, 2 sinks, 1 shower. And then they have, I think it's called an atelier, which also has its own private, it's on the top floor, which is 3 floors up. It's the 3rd American floor, and that has its own private rooftop terrace if you need even more space. So look them up on their website. Their pictures are very accurate on their website. I mean, we loved it. The beds were great. It is clean. It is functional. With everything closed up, it's nice and quiet. My only concern would be the heat of summer, if that is going to get too hot and too stifling in the apartment. That's really my only concern. So it's all in what you're looking for.